Yeah, welcome back to the second session of our online show, Let's Talk in English with non-native English speakers. And now I would like to invite Srivani from Kerala to handle the program. Yeah, Srivani.
Yes, sir. So, so we enjoyed a lot in the last session, right? So I hope it would be more interesting in the session. So now I would like to know the names of those who are going to tell the story.
Yeah, Ashok Maurya,
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Lakshmi,
Yes, sir.
Keyur from Gujarat,
Okay, sir.
Yogesh Mishra, Anuj Daily. Yeah, Yogesh Mishra would like to say?
No, nothing. I just hear my name now. That's why I
Yeah.
asked.
So you are the speaker today, okay? And last, Anuj Daily. So here is the list of the 5 speakers.
Okay, thank you, sir. So now I would like to invite Ashok Maurya for giving us a moral story.
Yeah, thank you, Shivani, and good evening, all. Today I'm going to narrate a story. The title of the story is Gautam Buddha and the Brahmin. One day, Gautam Buddha was sitting under a banyan tree. A furious Brahmin came to him and started abusing him. The Brahmin thought that Gautam Buddha would reciprocate in the same manner, but there was not the slightest change in the expression on his face. Now the Brahmin became more furious. He hurled more abuses at Buddha. Buddha was completely unmoved. Actually, there was a look of compassion on his face. Ultimately, the Brahmin was tired of abusing him. He asked, I have been abusing you like anything, but why are you not angry at all? Gautam Buddha calmly replied, my dear brother, I have not accepted a single abuse from you, but you heard all of them, didn't you? The Brahmin argued. Buddha said, I do not hear the abuse. Why should I even hear them? Now the Brahmin was even more puzzled. He could not understand the calm reply from Buddha. Looking at his disturbed face, Buddha further explained, all those abuses remain with you, dear brother. Suppose you give some coins to somebody, and if he does not accept them, with whom will these coins remain? The Brahmin replied, if I have given the coins and not needed by someone, then naturally they would remain with me. With a meaningful smile on his face, Buddha said, now you are right. The same has happened with you, your abuses. I have not accepted a single abuse from you, hence all those abuses remain with you. So there is no reason to be angry with you. The Brahmin remained speechless. He was ashamed of his behavior and begged for Buddha's forgiveness. The moral of the story is inner calmness and peace are keys to content life. Live life as per your goals and ambition in life. You know who you are and what you want in life. So don't respond to what person said about you in anger. Control your anger with patience and calmness. Thank you.
So wonderful. It was a wonderful story by Mr. Keyur. And
Sorry,
it would be a
Ashok
real
Maurya.
story, isn't it?
Ashok Maurya.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Ashok Maurya. And it would be a real story, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I would like to invite Jaya Madam for giving the feedback speech.
Okay, thank you, and good evening to second session. And Ashok Maurya, he narrated the story, and it was a wonderful story. And we know that Buddha, the stories are very moral stories. And here in this story, and a good moral is also there. So when someone tells you something, so how you accept it, it's more important. If you don't accept, then it will be remained to them only. So in this story also the same thing is there. So how Buddha accepted that his abusers and how he forgave him, and in that manner how he learned that. So the man who abused Buddha, and he thought that his abuses will be some effect, but there is no effect because Buddha did not accept it. So when this happens, so how the people accept or reject, and so it depends on them. So the story, it's a very beautiful, and he is narrated very nicely. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Thank
ma'am,
you,
for
ma'am.
giving the feedback speech. So now I would like to invite Lakshmi. Lakshmi, ma'am, Mrs. Lakshmi.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, Rivani. Good evening to everyone. I'm going to explain my story. So the name of my story is The King and His Four Wives. Once upon a time there was a king with his four wives. One day he got sick. Afraid of being in the afterlife alone, he asked his fourth wife, which he loved the most, "Would you accompany me to the afterlife?" Then she replied, "I'm sorry, I can't do that." He also loved his third wife. He asked the same question to her. Then she replied that, "I love my life too much, and when you die, I am going to remarry." His second wife has always been there in his times of need. So he asked the same question to her. Then she replied, "I'm sorry, I can't help you in this, but what can I do is arrange your funeral and I will be there for your funeral." Then they heard a voice telling, "I will follow you wherever you go, even if it is to the afterlife." And the king looked, and it was his first wife. He felt embarrassed and said, "I'm sorry, I should have taken more care of you when I was alive." The moral of this story is that we all have four wives. Our fourth wife is our body. We like to decorate with nice jewelry, nice clothing, but in the end, it can't follow us to the afterlife. The third wife represents our possessions. We spend so much time trying to gather possessions, but in the end, it will be given to the other people and divided, just like the wife said she is going to remarry. The second wife is our friends and family. They are always there for us in times of need, but the furthest they can go with us is to our funeral and send us off. Our first wife represents our soul. We usually neglect taking care of our soul, but that is the only thing that will follow us to the afterlife. So take care of your soul, nourish your soul, take time to pray, take time to be alone, and take time to meditate. Thank you.
So wonderful. It was a wonderful story. And the story narrated by Lakshmi Bora has an inner meaning in it. Okay, so
Yes.
now I would like to invite Sapya Tribura for giving the feedback speech.
Yes. So Lakshmi explained the story very well, and she explained the story very slowly and clearly, which is understood by everyone. And I like the way she talks because she talks so slowly and clearly, so it is become easier for me to understand. And the message she given by her story, it was also very nice. And Lakshmi, you did very well. Thank you.
Thank you, Papia. But I was in a hurry today because the story is very long and I have to, end it within 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you did very well.
Yeah. If you understand, then no problem. But I thought it will be understandable or not. Yeah. Thank you.
So Lakshmi Bora has summarized the story very well. So now I would like to go to Keyur.
Hello. Thank you, Srivani, and thank you, sir, for giving me the chance. So here, my story name is uh, Priceless Stone. This is the story about father and son. One day, son asked his father, "What is the value of my life?" So at that time, his father didn't answer him and gave him a stone and said him, "Go to the market and sell it. If anyone asks the price, just raise your two fingers and don't say a word." Then a boy go to the market and one woman asked him, "What's the price of this stone?" So boy didn't reply, just raise his two fingers and uh, raise it to two fingers. So woman asked, $2, I will take it. Boy didn't give her a stone. He went to his home and told it about his father. His father again sent him to the museum and said him, "Don't say a word, just raise your two fingers." He went to the museum and one person came to him and asked, what's the value of this stone? So again, boy just raised his two fingers and the man replied, $200, I'll take it. But boy again go to his house and told it about his father. So his father last said him, I want to uh, go to the precious stone store and short this stone to the owner and don't, if he asks, just raise your two fingers and uh, don't say a word. So he went to the precious stone store and sold the stone to the uh, that owner. So that owner. So owner said him, it's the one of the rarest stone of the world. So where did you find it? So and he asked him about the price, but boy didn't uh, gave him the price. Just raised his two fingers, and owner said, $200,000. I'll take it. Boy was in shock. Like it's first I where go that place where this stone's value is just $2, and here $200,000. And he went to his house and told this all about his father. His father now told him that, do you know what's the value of your life now? See, it doesn't matter where were you born, what's the color of your skin, or how much money do you have. It only matters that when were you decide to
Over.
where were you decide to
Time over.
place the, okay, thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Keyur. So now I invite Mr. Nageshwar Rao sir for giving the feedback speech.
Thank you, Stevani, and Mr. Kair told a beautiful story. The value of the things can change by its place. I'd like to tell you, you put the money and the banana at some place. Before money will definitely choose the banana, not money. The money don't know the value of the money. So it's a wonderful story. And finally, didn't tell the moral, but it's a very uh, you have to mention the time. It will be very yeah.
Hello sir, I can't hear you properly.
Yeah. Next time you have to just maintain that time. You have to do in time. It is better to you. Very nice.
Okay, sure sir. Yes, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir, for giving the feedback speech. So now I invite Yogesh Mishra for telling us a story. So
Okay.
let us
Thank,
listen to him.
okay. Okay. Thank you, Shivani. Thank you, sir. Good evening to everyone. Frankly, I not prepared any story. Today, I would like to talk about Patanjali, uh, which story inspired me so much. No one can believe that the one saint, or you can say one monk, can build this success. Or he got so much achievement. Or you can say the wonderful company like Unilever or P&G and Reckitt Becker, he has pressed everyone. Now he has done. He has crossed 10,500 crore. Then it's not a simple thing. It's not a cup of tea for everyone. Uh, what's the thing he motivated, and we can see he kept the margin for 5 to 10%, but he has rendered his product like individual consumer go to in market and he demand for that product. Because of that, every shopper and every dealer distributor have to keep his product, or by keeping this product, and we can also measure how risks are there, because no 5 to 10% is nothing. If we are running 5 to 10%, are we giving the uh, you can say we giving the rent of shop, then it could not be affordable. But
Your voice is not audible, I think.
sorry, I'm not clear.
Not
Yes.
clear. Not clear.
Okay. Actually, I was talking about Patanjali and how he inspired us, how he built his mind, and how he motivated the other person to use the your country product. He has make us independable. He has defeated the branded product. Now, person is just favorable about it. If you don't know anything, then we have to just faith about the Patanjali product. We could not think and could not fail if we are going to use, because Baba Ramdev has made the you can say made the advertise like this, then the blind man can purchase it. That's he. I was thinking that he is spending so much, or without doing any risk, it is not possible. But we have heard the name of Acharya Balakrishna. He told us, if you are thinking about the mistake, then you could not go anywhere. So that's the thing we should
Over. Time over.
many of the okay, okay.
Time up.
Hello.
Yes, Rivani.
Okay. Okay. So he has told us the story of Patanjali. And now I would like to invite Jaya Madam for giving this feedback speech.
So I think that he has not narrated any story, and is going to advertise some Patanjali product, and how Baba Ramdev is trying to advertise his product. So I think that it is not a story; it's a real story. How Baba Ramdev is doing the good thing. I think so. Okay, it is nice, but it is not related to today's uh, uh, today's what storytelling. It is not related to that. Okay, it is good because we all know that Patanjali product, and we are also using in our home. Many products are there, and we always follow Patanjali. We always buy the Patanjali products, and we are using it. Anyway, it is good. I think he has not prepared any story, so he has given such a information. Okay, it's nice. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
So thank you, ma'am, for giving the feedback speech. So now I would like to move to Anuj Delhi.
Thank you, Shrivani. Good evening, sir. Good evening to all for giving me the opportunity. Uh, Today I am talking about the story of a bridge between the earth and the sky. Um, this is a story of an Australian Aboriginal story which tell us how the death came into the world. Um, Long ago, uh, uh, there was it was long ago. It was a time of dream time. In that time, people not die, and there was a piece of a wood. They use that uh, wood to go across the sky, and people came back from there also. They called that piece of wood Kaliguru. Uh, every day people go there and meet the person who live in the sky, and they meet them. They pass some time there, and they came back. Uh, the people don't die when they go there, because there was a no there was not the shortage of the food, and there was no chance the food ran out the between that bridge. But suddenly one day, a woman got a piece of gold in the river, and she was excited to get that piece of gold, and she decided to show that gold to her friend uh, who live in the sky. Um, but it was a time uh, about the dark about the dark time. So she collected all the necessary goods, whatever she could collect. Uh, she collected the food and some piece of wood with her, and she left there from there. Uh, when she was crossing the bridge, the Kaliguru, it was already that um, got dark that time. So she got afraid, and she thought that someone could stole
Time
stole.
over.
Okay. So thank you, Anuj Delhi, for telling us story. So now, could I go to Shanda ma'am, for giving the feedback speech?
Thank you, Srivan. Anuj tried a lot to complete the story. Till now, I don't know what is that story. Uh, Today, in this platform, we are listening to different stories. Sir, why did Sir selected this storytelling on the platform? Uh, I want to explain something about the storytelling. Storytelling is the oldest form of teaching. This is the oldest form of the teaching. Stories define us and shape us, control us, and make us. We use, while telling stories, we use our body language and our uh, uh, pitch of voice and all those things we use. Then only it will be uh, uh, effective. Otherwise it won't be effective. So we have to know the some stress intonation and raising voice, falling voice, and all those things, and then only the narration will be good. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So Shanda ma'am has given us an advice to how to tell the story. So now, could I get the names of those who are going to tell the story, sir?
Okay, so here is the end of our today's speakers. Means they are not going to speak. Means now nobody will get chance as a speaker. Okay, so here's the end of our program. But I have to say something. Okay, for let me announce everything for tomorrow. Sagar Patil will perform the role of an anchor tomorrow. Sagar Patil.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Then Keyur from Gujarat, he will make a thankful speech tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, and welcome speech, Jaya Madam. Jaya Madam, yeah, welcome speech. Actually, we can demonstrate how to do it properly. That's why. Okay, and I'm really sorry, Sheila Madam. I informed you and you also accepted for the welcome speech, but Srivani and I both forgot about that and we started our program.
No problem, sir. I understand totally. In opportunity will next time.
Yeah,
I will grab that opportunity.
sure. So good luck. So timekeeper, sorry, yeah. Keyur will be timekeeper as well as he will make a thankful speech. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. Sure.
And Jaya Madam, welcome speech. Okay, I will also demonstrate tomorrow how to tell a story. Okay, tomorrow I will demonstrate how to tell a story. And one more thing, when you tell a story, emotions must be there. Okay. And also I told you there are 3 types of story. Your personal story, you can also talk about your personal incidents, what happened, and the story of great people. You can talk about the Gandhiji, Swami Vivekananda. Somebody has also told about the Buddha. And you can also talk about the companies. Okay. Yogesh Mishra tried to talk about Patanjali. Yeah.
Sir, I want to say something.
Yeah, Ilarani.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. I want to say that when we are getting any topic from you, we should prepare ourselves better to how to present the story, because we get before 2 days that we have to present a story. It doesn't mean you have think and to speak, because story is a big paragraph to remember. If you are getting the task to tell a story, you should also prepare the story you can read and say. But the moral is our concept was telling story. It means how you are presenting it. It's not, does not mean you are thinking and saying, you are writing or reading, but it's the way you are presenting yourself.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
that.
matter that you are not knowledgeous, that you are presenting in reading, but when you are reading, reading it clarity, give it a clarity. I will say to Anuj sir that I know he's a good speaker, but when he speak, he always used to think so many
Before
times.
you,
And
he said,
yeah, so I want to suggest him, it's we all are here to study, learn, and develop ourselves. It doesn't matter how much time we are taking, yes, taking here, but you should whatever you are trying to say, write it down and try to read it and practice, then you can say it, because by that you also improve your talking skill, and people will love to hear you. So my advice is, before coming to this class, if we are interested to learn something, we should must be prepared ourselves better.
Practice.
Yes.
Okay, actually
Practice
this
it.
time in email I
Yes.
mentioned also prepare. I request all speaker, please prepare yourself. I mentioned this time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Ilarani,
yes.
I really support your suggestions, because when I told you or when I narrated a story of Fakira which was written by me, but I did not explain that story, just I read. line by line. Do you know that? Some
Yes.
speakers know that. And I told her when I narrated one story of Panchatantra, then I explained the story. I narrated that story without reading. So what is more important in the storytelling? Memorizing is not important, but how do you express? How do you narrate? That's the more
Right.
important. And by doing this thing, you can learn language easily because you can feel it.
Yes.
You have to change your intonations, the way of talking, way of speaking, everything. So different characters are there.
Yes.
And our ultimate goal is there not to memorize, to develop ourselves, to get the fluency of English. So in the
Yes,
beginning,
sir.
we can read, no problem. That's why I've never told anybody you are reading and you are explaining. I know
Yes, yes.
many speakers read here, but it's a beginning time. Yeah. That's why we can read it, no problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have 6 minutes left here.
Yes, sir.
So
Actually,
Memorizing story take very much time.
yeah,
actually,
I
sir,
I
it
I
takes too much
tried to
time.
memorize and yeah, I tried to memorize. I memorize some parts, but um,
Don't memorize,
but
don't
it's
memorize.
hard.
Okay. Actually,
Yeah.
we are
no,
here
sir.
to develop the skill. Then after learning some days, we will be able to write down our own story easily. We can narrate any story easily. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Till we are
And
we are
this three
learners.
minutes, and this 3 minutes is also not sufficient while some memorizing and telling the story. So if only if we are prepared well and practice, it's then it will be
Yes.
complete within the 3 minutes.
Okay.
And also it's
Sir,
good. That's why you can manage your time also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sir, all these thing will happen in this learning English journey. But one thing is most important to think in English.
Yeah.
We means beginner will always do one thing. They think in local language, and after that they convert that sentence in English. That's why all these things will happen with the beginners.
Hmm. Okay.
So thinking in English is most important thing.
Definitely, we have to develop our brain
Yeah.
to think in English. Otherwise, it would be very hard for you to get the fluency of English.
Yes,
Sir, could I
absolutely
have a
correct, sir.
suggestion?
Yeah.
Sir, it is better to stand in front of the mirror and prepare yourself
Hmm.
and prepare ourselves, and it helps us to improve the public speaking skills also, and
Definitely.
as well as conversation skill. So it is better to stand in front of the mirror and prepare ourselves, or even in the front of the camera, and then try to
Recording.
speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is a better way to speak well.
Okay. And after 2 or 3 days, we are going to arrange the speech competition here, like the presentations. Okay, like the TED talk. And I
Okay,
will extend
sir.
your time, 5 minutes or 6 minutes. I will also demonstrate how to talk about your life, how to talk like TED. I will demonstrate first. Is it clear? Okay, so
Okay,
now
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I
sir.
don't
Yes.
want to forget that one. Let's give a feedback speech to Srivani today. Who is ready? Our anchors.
Okay. So
No,
I am
sorry.
No,
Pratish.
no, no,
A
No.
will
no.
give you a
About you.
feedback speech for you.
About you, somebody have to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Can I, sir?
Yeah, Ilarani.
Okay, thank you, sir. Uh, 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 oh, it was a very what I can say. I cannot express myself, but I really surprised with her presentations. She is a very little child, but the way she start herself, even I could not do that, sir. I am saying the truth. I could not think about like the way she present the his character here. So in my thought, she really did better, sir. It's excellent, I will say. So that's from my side. Thank you, sir.
Okay, and who want to complete in the 48 second? Yes. Anybody wants to say in the 48 second? Yes.
Sir, I want to say
Yeah.
something for
Okay.
Shrivani.
Yeah.
Shrivani is a very little child as compared to all of us, but she have lots of patience, and she want to learn English. So she is a good person who speak to speak in English language, and we also learn from her how to talk in English patientfully. Especially, I learned from her to talk in English patientfully. So I observe lots of good things in everyone as well as Shrivani also. So Shrivani, congratulations and keep it up.
Yeah. So that's
Thank you
You
so
did
much,
very
ma'am.
good.
okay. So now
Thank
we
you so
have
much, ma'am.
2 minutes left only, and Nageshwar, who is the best speaker according to you today? Only in 2 sentences complete it, okay?
Shivani is performer of the day.
Yeah, who is the performer of the day? Nageshwar, according to you.
Shivani.
Hello, Santa madam.
Ashok Maurya, I go to Ashok Maurya. I will vote for Ashok Maurya, sir.
Okay.
He
Jaya
explained very
madam.
well.
Jaya
He
madam.
narrated very well.
Jaya madam.
So my opinion, Ila Rani, Ashok Maurya, and Pankaj
Udaipur.
Udaipur. Yeah, they did very well.
Okay. And Sheila madam.
Sir, I like Ilarani story very much. So I think Ilarani is a very good speaker for today's session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so put your hands together.
So please
We
join your
appreciate-
hands.
Okay. So now Papya,
Thank
Papya
you,
Tripura,
all
thanks
of
for
you.
speech. Papya Tripura, thanks for speech.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I think today everyone enjoyed the class, and there is a saying that when we add something new in learning, so the learning becomes more interesting. So today I want to thank everyone, each and everyone, especially the anchor of our show, Shrivani. She did